Hello, Imaginary Villain here, and it's time to get down to some game dev, some hot RM game dev action. Well, okay, it's RM, so it's more like lukewarm, passes for something. It's RM. Okay, so, since my last stream, I did a couple changes because, well, I was feeling well enough to do some game dev, but not really well enough to stream after a trip to the doctors, so let's see, the big changes so far are I reworked the secret area with the teddies. First, I'm going to turn this music off because I don't want to hear this. Why does she go so slow after that? Oh, I put a crappy fall in because I haven't bothered to animate the fall, so this is my pseudo fall until I get a better one. Just a couple pixie particles. It gets the job done. Just to show the scene that's happening there. And then when it gets all... she will come out of there and do that. Did I turn that off? Oh my god. I have the... Well, I'll show you what I have here so far, and then I turn back on Always Run. I need to just remove that from the thing. Okay, you're supposed to run all the way to the end of this here. And then I'm going to have Tinka pop out, and she's going to kind of run the story thing. These apparently vanished, the overlay on some of these. I need to fix that today. She's supposed to come out here and then talk to Poppet and kind of run her back through what's happened. Poppet doesn't really know. I mean, the whole point of this is that all the cursed toys will forget over time, so they... The only person actually remembers is Tinka here, so she's watching them from the paintings because she's not a toy. The curse doesn't affect anyone who's not a toy. So, she's a spirit stuck in the paintings. Not exactly a toy. I mean, it would be kind of cool. I would like a spirit stuck in a painting. I would just sit there and chat with it all day, probably. And when she gets back to here, she'll, say some important info, and then when I get to the next area, and then you'll go in here, and you'll pop out in the next thing. And then this is where the actual combat, well, the playable area would begin. But, foolishly turned off Always Dash. Let me tell you, the game was not made for walking. Not that those do anything, but Always Dash definitely needs to be on. Perfect. Beautiful. I almost said perfect. Not to say beautiful and perfect at the same time. My brain couldn't decide, so it just said perfect. F that. We're not watching that. I'm just going to go straight to the map we need. Map we need is 15. This event can just be changed to whichever section I need to go to, so I can just start the game right where I need to go. But this map also loads a bunch of game start variables and everything, so unless I want to copy those onto a map, I have to go through this map first, and in theory I could just do that. Maybe. I don't know. It seems like a lot of work. Especially because I kind of jump around from one thing to the next and don't really stick on any map for any length of time. Okay, so let her open the next area here. Oh, my keyboard died. Well then. Thing does not really seem to last very long. It's supposed to recharge all the time, but you're like, oh, it'll last all this time. Listen, it lasts for, I think, like 3 days at most, and that's it. Which isn't terrible. I mean, I do use it a lot, but still. I was kind of expecting a little more out of it than that, Alright, so one of the first changes I did is I made fake grass for it, because, this is supposed to be all Halloween decorations, so making it look like the weird painting style of art just seemed not very good. Like, it just Yeah. I do need to replace these with something else. I don't know what yet. I don't even have enough Halloween decorations. Mostly just crap Daz has given me over time, and I was like, I'll just put this in here, and it'll be really good. The teddies don't even fit the area. But you also notice I fixed their animation a lot, too. There's a slight problem with one of the directions of their animation, but they no longer jerk around all crazy. I mean, they kind of jerk around a bit, but overall, their idle animation and their walking animation are much closer together, so they don't wave their sword around like an idiot. So that's pretty handy. Obviously, her animation's pretty good, so you know. Poor Miranda, she's never gonna get her game. She's my Usagi. If you're familiar with this guy at all, she should actually be an enemy, like a secret boss or something. Upset that she can't get her own game, so she shows up and, you know, tries to take yours. Just literally riff it straight off of this guy. Or just all their games in general. But, yeah, there we go. And then, yeah. I did some random fixing of the code and everything just to fix a couple random bugs, but those animations. And then also I have something of an idea how I'm going to do a story thing here. It's not going to be as good as I want it to be honest, but outside of literally making movies inside of Unreal Engine and then popping them over, which would be kind of silly, and I could just make a game in Unreal Engine entirely. But outside of doing that, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I start out with a city. Let me look this up real fast. I did a quick render in Daz of a city, so it's served the purpose. I just needed like a seedy, you know, kind of dilapidated, just not nice place that's on, you know, the ocean. It's like on a bay. There's mountains around it, but I didn't put mountains in this. I probably should have. You know, kind of a entrance to the new world. Pretty much a lot like a San Francisco, really. Yeah, a lot of people think New York when they take interest in the new world, but a lot of people came into San Francisco. And when I thought about it and started really thinking about how the city was described and everything, it basically was just a San Francisco. I would say, you know, crappy and dilapidated and horrible and everything, but that's just San Francisco. That's normal. All you have to do is say San Francisco and it describes the exact place we're talking about. And then I had thugs there. And this is when I learned something. My poor computer can barely handle having this many models in there at once. Like, it was rough. And that's because Daz only uses NVIDIA graphics cards. And, well, I'm borrowing my friend's old NVIDIA graphics card because I have an AMD one that won't do all the renders for this. And these models are huge. I just can't handle it. So, you know, +1 for maybe making the scenes in Unreal Engine. Because in Unreal Engine I can handle, you know, hundreds of the models. It wouldn't be a problem, but those same models in Daz, nope. I was going to describe, we want to show some random thugs and everything like that too. Actually, characters from the other game, because, you know, I only had a few characters. And then I really haven't made that many characters. If I can budget in any way, shape, or form, I will. And a murder scene. Very important. Because, well, one does not end up as a living doll by, you know, good things. I made a character just to offer. And, yeah, we got those going. And I'm probably going to do some sort of sequence with those or something like that. The other thing I considered doing was, I had a city in Unreal Engine already. And honestly, I like it better, but problem is, I really don't know how to do, I don't really work with the characters in there much, like all the NPCs and everything. I'd have to set that up, but it would probably come out better. My CD street and everything like that, they literally already had these on there. the thing there, and all they actually are animated. So I could actually have animated using like a size here. It's kind of dark. I need to make it a little lighter for purposes of that. So considering that as the other option for where I'm going to place it all at, it's kind of debatable either way. Anyway, basically to finish this, what we actually need I need to write dialogue for Tinka's stuff. I gotta put an itch.io page mentioned in there and make the itch.io page so I can explain what the purposes of the project is. Annie's on needs some information. Boozeberry needs more information. I already wrote it for Fortuna. All her stuff is basically written. That means that if I have a replacement for Miranda, so I guess she gets some information. I guess the same. I mean, she isn't really supposed to be in the game because she's not a doll. She could just be a placeholder for now, I guess, and she'll get moved down there. I need sound effects. I didn't even write all things I need sound effects for, but I need to find a bunch of ones. Most of the spells don't even have sound effects. I'm going to need credits of some sort. There's some errors I need to fix, and then there was some notes I was making on the bosses. Some stuff that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to fix, like this mouse thing here where you double click an area and the mouse will just go there no matter what. So you click somewhere else, like it'll ignore the movement keys, and the movement keys they'll try to walk back. Doing there, it's terrible. So mostly just a few things like that. There may be a bit of balancing going on, but all in all, that's kind of where we're at right now. I'll probably start by fixing one of the bugs because that picture overlay was vanishing. And I think the way we're going to deal with that is just to have another event that does it, because sometimes it causes issues with the having 3 or more particles. So let's fix that. Oh, that's right, it's just in story sections in general. I actually found some of the music I like too. Then I tossed into the stream music section. Oh, sorry, anything I'm even remotely interested in or think might be okay for the stream, I just toss it in there, and then whenever I get a copyright on it, I guess it's not really a copyright strike, but the people who just mention stuff is copyrighted, I just remove it from the list. This is my test to see what can actually go into the game. Not that this particular track would go into the game, it really doesn't fit, but still. It's terrible I gotta do it this way. But what we're gonna do, I have a much better plan here. Rather than make a bunch of events like some sort of, inane idiot here, we're gonna do this. I'm going to strap it to this event. Painting texture. And we're going to spawn it one space farther down from wherever it's at. So let's just add 48 extra to this right now and get it over with. But because this is RM, I almost forgot to do the smart thing here. You just have to assume that RM can't handle anything. Like, it's just too weak to handle basically anything at all. So we're going to set a distancing there, so 45 spaces away, it will in fact turn this on. And if it's Make another page here. Don't forget to run it. I'm just going to copy and paste code out of there. I'm very much not interested in that. Got some Mega Man music going on here, even though it's not really Mega Man, but it sure sounds like it. I'll zoom for a second there. And then I need one additional page, the clear page. Every event that has this, it just, you know, despawns it, removes any particles off it. That's all it does. Very efficient at what it does. So whenever you leave a map, I just run that to make certain that nothing is still there later. Probably not necessary, to be completely honest, but whatever. Actually, you know what? I wonder if that's what's causing the problem. Maybe it was never removing it, so it's just doing multiples. Let me double check that. That does sound like something that could be happening. I might be wasting my time, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm just going to spawn the event in it, one below the Y of whatever the event is that it's calling that. And that will solve all of my problems. I need to clean this up. You can see that she kind of sticks through a bit there. Both her and Tinka need some cleanups. Clean up on Isle Poppet Quest. Huh. Those vanished too quickly too, it seems like. No, it did it again. Okay, so. New plan. Is in fact new. Oh, what's the event ID? Oh, it's right there, 117. Y plus 1. Right. We'll see if it works. I mean, it should. Unless I messed up some syntax. Looks like it's there. This does not look like it's there. Oops. Not that one. Oh. I closed it. When I cow F9 closes it, but I guess I clicked the X up in the corner, not the. I didn't hit escape like a smart person. Bouncing around between all these windows tends to mess things up. You see how many windows are on the other screen. Those streams require a lot of windows. Makes sense. This is exactly why I hate coding inside this engine. VS Code would have told me about that error. Saved a bunch of time. UE would have said, hey, this doesn't work. You sure you want to try this? RM's like, it's fine. Oh, look, it works. The reason why it's too far down is because I told it plus 48 like an idiot. But I moved the event down, so it actually needs to be minus 48. So it's got to be 52 is where it's actually at, because I moved it down by 40 already. So I got to subtract 96. Very easy bug to fix. You need to remember, basically don't use more than 2 images on the same thing. Unless your images have different names entirely, but using the whole event thingy does not work very well. Looks perfect. It didn't vanish. Nice. I'm going to test it on the other map too. Where I initially saw the bug. That was such a better way, because now every time I make a map, as long as I give it the picture self-variable, like I set that to true, it will just automatically spawn that on there. I don't have to write the code ever again. I gotta watch the ghetto animation. At some point I'll actually make an animation of her falling, but this is my placeholder. It gets the job done. It's not a very good placeholder. I'm a little confused on how to make a lifeless doll fall. Like, I'm not really that knowledgeable about animation, but I just assumed like a marionette or something, they wouldn't try to stop themselves or really move at all. They would just fall and hit things. Like, but I guess their limbs would still get moved around by the wind, so I assume they would just kind of get moved up, and then the character would just kind of fall. Yeah. Alright, well that works. One problem solved. The other errors, I don't know if I even care that much about. I mean, there's the one where sometimes the tarot cards get stuck to the enemies, which is weird. I don't even know how that could happen. The character getting stuck me. I think that's this one here. I think is caused by someone else's plugin. Any invincible thingy that appears on the Jack boss and the clown boss when they're charging. That's what I've been testing. You can't even tell. Like there's a thing where it shows like on the ground that there's like a dust thing going behind them. But I think there needs to be an invulnerability thing. So I probably need some sort of a circular thing here. So let's make a particle. Let's see. Actually, we'll do the load off screen just in case there's anything I don't want people to see. Nope, just my tutorial stuff, which nobody really watched anyway. Oh my gosh, why do I make tutorials? I think like 21 people watched it. Woo hoo. Yeah. First one, I think like 82 people watched it or something, so it was not too bad. But I guess people just weren't that interested, even though I just showed them a way to do everything they were doing way better. Apparently, people don't want complicated, cool tricks. They would just prefer really easy stuff. Like, oh my gosh, I showed someone the video, and then they're like, well, but how do you make the actual screen larger? I'm like, oh no. Here I am trying to show them complex code, and what they really wanted to know was to go here. Oh, sorry. To here, where you just change this information. That's what they wanted to know. Oh my god. And then I realized that's the truth, is the average person using this doesn't know anything even about this, let alone script commands and everything like that. What I'm teaching is just so far beyond the scope of the knowledge of the community that it's just kind of not necessary. I guess we'll start with a circular one here. I'll bring it over in a second. Show what it is. Oops. It just boggled my mind though. I'm just like, ugh, really? I am going to kick this out the door at some point very soon, though. And then we're going to take a... we're going to see exactly how much interest there is. I guess we'll use this as my temporary placeholder. Because, you know, if all my interest is from outside of the engine, it would make sense to just ditch the engine entirely. Kind of want him to go faster around there for me to do that, right? I guess I could shrink the particle sizes too. It'll act as a placeholder. Call it invincible. That definitely does come up a lot. The people who are most interested in this don't seem to care about this engine. Actually, does anyone care about this engine? Like, there's a small group that still kind of cares, but on average, like, even the people who are really well known in the community, they aren't getting much traffic. The actual, like, you know, GGG itself, when it posts on things like Twitter and stuff, barely gets any traffic. So, yeah, I don't know. I do kind of wonder. Alright, so then... how did I code this charge in? Did I make it a common event? Tell me I made it a common event, like a smart person. It's probably called ramming speed, but just to double check that it's not somewhere else. Yeah, it's just ramming speed. 190. The thing I used, I forgot what it was called. What the hell, we'll use stars. I'm too lazy to figure out what it was, and the stars are probably fine. Are they? They were pretty big. Whatever, we'll see what it looks like. Wait, why am I doing that? That's stupid. You know, this is actually the wrong way to do this, thinking about it. Why do a ring? A burst would probably make more sense. Yeah, because then you could just do that and it would just be huge. Like, how much better would that look as a force field, right? That's way better. My only issue is the alpha being really high. You can often cheat and use black as the ending color, so this way it actually makes it fade out. No, I think white looks better. I almost did a stream during the exact same time so you can build up people. I never figure out what this is called. It does look pretty good though. Ball of light? That's what I called it? Weird. Sure. Look at copy paste job here. This onto the screen. Just so I can copy and paste the name. Do the age-old trick here. Creating a number 2 on this one. Unfortunately, JS is such a dumb language, there's a good chance it'll simply lose it in the first place. It's just such an imprecise language, I think, is my problem with it. Alright, so that should cause the ramming speed effect to show that it is invincible. Oh. No, I don't wish to walk all the way to the side of the map and back just to test this. Thanks, though. For the first day of streaming back and everything like that, it always get the least amount of traffic, and then YouTube just rewards concurrent, not concurrent, but continuous streaming, like day after day after day. So by the end of the week, you'll have the most hits, and then you'll take like a couple days off, and then boom, you'll be right back to way low traffic again. Basically saying you'd have to stream every day. Problem is I don't know if I could successfully do that. I mean, it's not my job, so I have to actually do work as well. It would be kind of hard. That was too slow. Let's see it one more time. It's too slow. Doesn't update fast enough. And it's hard to see. Yeah, the lifetime on them is way too long. It's not enough of them. I'd at least keep up with them. Oh, you definitely want it more than that. That didn't even change anything. It should be easier to see, and it does move pretty fast. It does seem a little small, though. Right, let's copy the thingy right back into the game there, overwriting the previous Invincible. And then I don't have to change any code or anything. Just dump it right on in, no problem. Some real problems with this engine that I'm not sure what I'm even going to do about. They updated MWJS, but they made a change that you can no longer close out the game without it just freezing, so they'll have to hit X to even close the game. And that's just going forward, that's just how it's going to be, too. Like, there's no, it's just in all browsers as a protection. So there's no, even no on that one. I love the little Annie waddle. Why does this track seem to play so often? Wow, this went from being like, you know, all drab and kind of sad to this music just making me, you know, really excited to listen to it. Wow, this is just going forever, isn't it? That's definitely better. It looks like it's a bit better, though. I might put it above them. If that was below the enemy. It was about like 99 or something. I swear, a lot of the reason why I stay with this engine is mostly so that the arcane knowledge I figured out for all the dumb things you can do with it isn't just wasted. Even if the community has very little interest in it, from what I can tell. I don't know why I'm even unlocking any rewards. I do kind of think that a lot of what I know is just too advanced. Most people aren't going to use it, or they'll just go to a better engine. Oh well, this isn't too far off where I could actually just drop it out and say, here you go. Oh, this boss uses a different one entirely. All this effort for a status menu, and I'm probably not even going to use it in the first version. Well, let's see how it looks with this character, because I can always just, you know, hack it into whatever event was using with the other one. Like Clownhead, so not a problem. I do think the character needs to get a little closer. I do like that though. It seems like it's pretty good. I thought about just kicking this out the door immediately, but then I realized I should probably polish it a tiny bit so it looks pretty nice on the first version of it. It probably needs an actual base story too, just so people have an idea of the world I'm creating. First impressions, it doesn't got to be perfect. It is supposed to be improved all the time, but you know, the first version does need to be at least comparable. This version's so much better than the Game Jam version was. Oh my god, I tried to play the Game Jam version. It was terrible. This is definitely an improvement over that. Where is the boss at? It's like you can lose the boss. That's no good. There's the boss again. I want it to hit me intentionally on this one so I can see about where it would land. Yeah, I think it needs to get a little closer. Then how did I code this? Goes right here. It's just built right in, huh? Let's see. I get the feeling this boss could be improved quite a bit, but that's okay. I was standardizing the quest people, but I haven't standardized all the bosses yet. I'll probably do that at some point soon. Why did it not copy that? Weird. Okay. I do not know. Alright, let's test that one out and see if it works. This is just a quality thing. It doesn't even change how the attacks work. It's just, like, say, when I was testing, I didn't really notice they were invincible either. So, a clearer indicator would probably be reasonable. Things you never think about. Hopefully people like this enough to test it a bunch for me so I don't have to do all the testing myself. I'm a little concerned that heal is not a starting spell. It feels like it really should be. Might code in an additional reward or something. I think it's pretty good. Alright. I deem that acceptable. Oh. That's true. I'm gonna have to do that after the boss is killed. That's another thing I didn't think about, is that, you know, depending upon when the event triggers, they could be killed in the middle of something and then it just leaves the particle there forever. Because this particular plugin doesn't clean itself up like mine does. I'll just search for page 3. I think I'm just going to do this and just run this here. At least probably go under object destroyed. I'll do that in a second. Okay. Definitely a quiet day. This project probably needs to just be hurried up and gotten off of. Guess we'll test that out right now and see how that goes. But let's set the boss to have no health. Actually, no, I'm just going to keep an eye on that. That seems like something that's just going to be a real pain to test. I feel like I should test it at least once. So it's going to be very hard to kill it successfully during that time. Yeah, we'll give it 1 health. We'll just hope my timing is fantastic. Mostly I just want it to error or something like that. So as long as it doesn't error, then if it causes a slight bug, it shouldn't even matter. Right. Definitely try giving this a few hours, and then if it doesn't work out, you know, that's fine too. It's kind of an unusual time to stream. Come on, boss. Come on, boss. I guess my biggest concern is actually that that it just still triggers upon dying and doesn't mess up. So I think I'll just kill it and see if it causes an error or not. To be honest, I'm not sure if I can even successfully get the other thing, but seems like it died, but didn't remove this. You error. I get the feeling I just can't place that there. There's some real timing problems with this that there's not a lot I can do about it. I've definitely found that to be an issue. Do it right there. How much time I spent just testing things. My time really could be better spent coding, so it's probably the worst part about this. Just the testing is just so long. That was fine. Seems great. I don't know why the timing works like that, but it does. Okay, so we'll call that good. Oh. I think these are just getting moved to the next one, to be honest. Because they seem like an error that's just going to be a problem. Actually, I think all of them are. We need sound effects, we need credits. And like a tiny story, I guess. Though, we'll see on that one. I guess I can just make the first picture of the controls so people have an idea of what's going on. I got all the stuff for prototype 2 that's just getting shoved onto there until I want to deal with it later. Alright, Alright, so I guess we'll write the quest things there, or dialogue for each of these individual things. Does she need additional dialogue? I don't think she does. Why would she say anything terribly different for each item? I mean, you know, maybe I could make something, but... I think that's fine. That just means our quest stuff needs to be changed. That's... I guess I already wrote that. It already kind of has a general chat. They don't need a lot to chat about. It's just request, I guess, is the only that matters. A lot of today might be me making an itch.io page and just dumping this out there. Because I'm getting to a point where, unless I'm going to do a bunch of extra things, it's just good enough. Should be under quests. All set to be success equals true, so for purposes of this, what if I just turn success off? Go find a quest giver and see what that does. I want the player to be able to, like, you know, have to talk to them for them to start following them and give them an idea of what they're trying to do, and they're all just going to be lead out quests at the moment because, well, we would like this to be released at some point, and first version is very important because not only will it draw attention to the stream, but it'll also show me if there's actually interest in general. If not, you know. We'll find out. Yeah, once again, that mouse bug. You like double click somewhere and then try to go this way, and then it'll go back. If you single click, oh no, it still does it. So it's kind of lame. Kind of. All right. First, we standardize every quest. You can talk to them and cause them to follow you out, and then we put additional things in between that goal so that you can't just do it without earning it. But for now, We need the basics. I might just start to play with heal. There's just a brief window where there's no healing abilities and it's kind of rough, so I don't know if I like that. I think I should have picked him out, but they aren't as aggressive. Oh, he's over there. Okay, so they need to actually say that there, so... Okay, so we're skipping success on that. Oh, I forgot to post the stream in the actual, in the Discord. I'll do that real fast. Maybe it'll entice a couple people to come watch me or something. I'll do that real fast. Really just a bunch of tedious cleanup stuff there. It's almost not even good stream content. I don't know. Alright, so... what he actually said is... a portion of this thing did trigger. Yeah, we just need this one. Maybe I just start streaming at exactly the same time every day. Earlier in the evening seems to be really weak. What am I doing? I don't want the boss out. Doesn't really matter. Should probably shut the boss off so I'm not messing with the boss. I don't really want to. That reminds me, I gotta put this one's hit points back to what it was supposed to be. Not that I remember what it was, but whatever. Oh no, I guess I already did. Cool. No, I didn't. So the Jack boss had, let's see, I had a 40, and then after it would have been any boss, so. Like 60 on it or something, I guess. Unless the dialogue options in this are really hard to view sometimes. Like they just, they can get so convoluted that it just makes it not very good. Just to double check. That's the one that triggers for sure. Alright, so no one else is gonna do anything special in this. So what we'll do is everyone just has skip on, so we're just spawning them. Acceptable. The only dialogues I need are this. If you randomly talk to them. And when you successfully get them out. Be pretty much the only things that are necessary, and they'll just be placeholders for my real quest form. No big hurry on that. As you know, that's the next prototype. This is to prove a point. Alright, so that character is basically my Asagi for this game, because she's not supposed to be in this game, but she's my placeholder, so placeholder she shall be. I suppose I should probably spell check all this crap too. Or logic check it real quick. Got a Google Docs open. See what it says about this, you know, quick, you know, it's well thought out dialogue. Yes, yes. Need up there. People are like, oh, if you just put it in a document, do it. No, no, we're just gonna copy paste it like true champions. Weirdly enough, my writing just off the cuff is apparently accurate enough. I would not have guessed that, but I don't really have very high opinions of my writing skills, so. Fair enough. Definitely going to be a quiet night, apparently. That viewer didn't even count towards my total views for the thing. It's like been 3 whole views for this stream. And then this turn success on, right? I'm pretty much always setting it to just the same, right? And then Fortune is always talking about destiny and fate. She's basically that girl that, you know, believes in all the horoscopes. And has, you know, weird rocks, places, and stuff like that. Call herself a witch, you know. She might actually be a witch, but, you know, that's just how I view her. Oh. Got an in there. I'm like writing for a Nasagi character who literally just has no place in the game. Oh, nope. Google says my writing is good once I sit there and restructure it so that it doesn't have these weird breaks in it. I have no idea why RM has this extra space there. Like, it just cuts it off. It looks stupid. And what is the point? Well, apparently there might be one, I don't know. Wait, did I recycle this? That looks both drunk and high. Beautiful. Fine. He really is just an endless Amazon joke. Oh. Well, first of all, I misspelled Annie's on there. Best part is that Google caught that but was fine with the other name I had there. Apparently Annie's on is a real word to them. I made new pop-it images too. Since I was already doing all these promos for streams. Started realizing it as I was writing female characters that, you know, I've never met a woman in my life who was like kind and caring and wonderful. They're all snarky, boss babe type of, you know, very more entitled feel. Like I know the stereotype is there, the kind and caring, but I've been around long enough that you'd think I would have seen it in real life, and yet I have not. Self-serving is pretty common. So I started almost rewriting the characters. And studying women to write more female characters. Yeah, that's just what I thought of, like how I thought they were versus how I observed they were, and their actions were very different. So Miranda became a very different character. She's still more innocent because she's from a non-social media era, so she was actually, you know, still an okay person unlike the rest of us. But yeah. I think I should ram these together so they would be... Oh, don't copy the pop thing, that'll mess it up. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Google's giving me weird answers based upon the fact that it spaced Tiffany. I don't know if I like the better. The proper English is, are you sure? I really feel like he wouldn't use proper English. He would be more like, you sure we're going the right way? Oh, drunk. I mean, he's hammered. This is definitely not the time to stream. I'm seeing that now. It is set to public, right? Yep. The game is getting long in the tooth anyway. It needs to be dealt with. Second, I'm just going to do this real fast over here. And that. I'm trying to find spelling of a word. He's not making an Amazon Prime joke, or just an Amazon joke. What is she even doing with her time? Second. I'm gonna go get some pizza in 25 minutes and then come back to this. Take a break in the middle of the stream. I'm stream more during my normal hours because this time is kind of not proving very good. Pizza sounding pretty good though. Is Annie's on? I don't know where she was at. I could make a thing that says where are you going, but if you're too far from her. You get through that? Maybe? It's a lot to ask. Oh, she found her way. The movement's not too stupid. Oh, I should chat with her. She says that instead. That's not right. So some things that need to happen. First of all, enemy stop needs to happen during that. That works, but this didn't work. Oh, I guess I'm gonna go get pizza for him once I go pizza. I hear him snoring, so I don't think we're getting pizza. Call me crazy, but I think he's asleep. Don't put a skip on that, doesn't really matter, does it? Make that open. Alright. I think I'm just going to be streaming at 2 a.m. every time. That just seems like my time. Maybe it's even 4 a.m. when people actually really show up. This time of day is just a complete bust. Could also be the weekend. Could be the thumbnail's not very good. Both Tinka and Poppet are kind of attractive, so they pull in the viewers a lot better than anybody else, from what I can tell. Kind of systematically testing each one. I haven't unlocked any abilities yet. Yep. Well, if he doesn't message me back, then I'll probably stream 3 hours and then after that. if no one's watching after that, I'll probably maybe come back later tonight or something, stop for food. Why am I shooting that? I don't even know. Where are you, quest person? You are here somewhere. Probably. Maybe. Maybe not. Hey, the darkness is really annoying. Mostly when you're trying to find something, which I guess is its purpose, but when you're just running tests, it's just annoying. Most times when I look for the quest giver, I just check down here. I'm just waiting for them to show up because I know that they, once they are revealed, they just stay on the map, unlike a lot of the rest of the map that does not stay. So you can find them a lot easier. I got stuck on that box. Well, I succeeded in what I was trying to do with these boss here, which was make it really hard to run away from without actually dealing damage to or something. Where are you, quest NPC? I think I remember the thing that says that when they spawn too, so that's kind of crappy. But they should stay on the map anyway, so unless there's an error. Is there an error? No. But once I find this one, I don't really need to worry about them after that, so I just need to locate this last one here for this final test, and if it works, then we're good. I don't have any reason to do anything different, but if the question doesn't show up, then that's a problem. Does it just spawn every single time? And they should get left behind if there's a... If I get far enough away. Oh, she's right there. She's kind of spawned close to the exit though, but I guess for this version I don't care that much. I will care if she's hot in something. I'm trying very hard to avoid that thing, but she's standing on top of that. Ah. So she can still get stuck on stuff. That is a problem. Sure. Should just click painting world to start with. Might cause a problem, but whatever. It's the only way to unlock that. Oh, hey, Fearless, how's it going? Decided I would stream it on an off day and then stream really early, just because I was bored and needed something to do. And because I missed a couple streaming days due to health problems, so I figured I'd at least appease the YouTube gods by streaming. They do not like it if you fail to stream. Yes. Yes, indeed. I gotta check and see if their name's above everything. Or replace the grass in your snout looks more like a fake grass. Can't get through there. Come on, come this way. Best NPCs aren't that smart. That boss does way too much damage. You know your sis by saying PewDiePie, huh? Nice. Hopefully you're saying the really long way of doing it. It's like PewDiePie. Or something along those lines. I don't know. He's way more excitable than I am. I think I'm not properly caffeinated enough. Alright, so. I think they're all pretty much done. Except for quest reward. What is her reward anyway? And there's her stuff too. I guess for now she'll just have a simple thing you can ask her about the controls. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a tutorial in the first version or not. Ever since I realized I could put their names in every one of these, I realized I have to go back every point where I put something in and actually add their name. So I'm gonna do this for every character, just to make certain their name is every single place it's supposed to be. I realize how much dialogue I'd already written for this. Even if a lot of it's, you know, just temporary dialogue. I actually don't think I even need these other ones here. It could just literally be set up for an area and not even bother with these other ones here. It's actually fair. I don't think I need all these. I could also just leave them in too. It's not like it's going to change anything. It doesn't really have to be done. I gotta write all the dialogue here too, for that matter. Really, all I have left to do for this is just sound effects and dialogue. Everything else is just kind of there. While talking about pixie sprites on the forums, I use those. I actually have the answer to their problem, but I don't know if I want to type it out or not. You know how long it took me to realize that this is where you put their name? It actually says name. Because in MV we didn't have it. I still need names for these bosses, but for now, whatever. Hmm. I think I'm gonna adjust my desk a bit and get to writing. Now for this. You know, I can come up with way better dialogue than this, but actually headhunting would make more sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. I think almost all the writing in this game is going to be off the cuff, with the exception of like the intros and stuff like that, like the actual narrator stuff. But I think everyone else is just going to be kind of random conversation I come up with on the way. So why not? Definitely a quiet night. Really, I'm pretty reliant on my regulars. And they seem to show up around between 2 and 4 a.m. So I should probably just stream during that time. But I'm also, you know, just experimenting. Who knows? I never quite know exactly how this works. That's why I try everything out. And if it doesn't work, you know. I guess a lot of streamers also don't say what they're doing too, but whatever. I'm a talker. Originally I was going to do all the dialect checking afterwards, see if it was actually correct, but no. I'm just copy and pasting it over into my Google Docs. Really all that's left to write is just mostly her dialogue, honestly. I had a request reward for each of them. I might want to have a funny quest reward for her. Give you like the little power she has in her game. It'd be a long way to go for a quest reward. Yeah, it's just write a few things and go, really. So much of the stuff is already here. The game functions. It's gonna need some balancing, but overall, it's just writing. Writing and sound effects. Oh, I'm so not looking forward to sound effects. It's sorting through the files. It just gets me. I am no fan of doing that. Not at all. No, this one actually would be something else. Because they actually make laugh thingies. Keyboard, why are you not working? It's fully charged. I think that caused it to have an issue where it's like, wait a minute, and it resets itself or something. I don't know. I mean, she lives in paintings. She would obviously be really worried by fire. Did I check this? I don't know if I did. I did, because fire breathing was the only thing that was messed up. I just envision her talking a lot. Google Docs is not like this. First of all, I could learn how to spell choked. That would probably help. Oh, someone left a like. How nice. There's nothing stopping her from talking more. Nope, can't type. Oh, placeholder dialogue. You'll get the job done. Probably. Google Docs says it's good enough. Fair enough, Google Docs. Originally, I wasn't doing any real writing on the stream, then I realized it's kind of all I have left. Sound effects. Well, if no one's chatting with me, then I usually have no trouble writing. If people are chatting with me, well, then I will probably work on something else. I realize for being the official narrator, she really doesn't talk much. Actually, I had Chinese spelled right the first time, and I changed it like an idiot. Chinese. It isn't like I wrote that, but at the same time, I don't see how else I would write it, because it's probably how she would talk. I have to remember, not every character would speak in like the most proper of English, so you don't want to write them too proper. The thing I've noticed when talking to women a lot and just observing their actions, they really like to point out that they're women a lot. Like it's strange. Like they say a lot. Like talk to plenty of guys, and they don't usually point out that they're guys all the time. But so let's put that in there. You know, I originally envisioned her as more of a French character, but then I realized it as I was starting to write this world that I was effectively writing more of like San Francisco. She could be French in San Francisco, but a lot of them now being more tuned towards being, I guess, more that type of location. I really need to name the bosses. I don't know what I'm naming yet, though. I'll have to come up with something. Maybe I'll make that a thing I need to note here. Name the bosses. Because the only Annie Bell with a unique name is Annie's on. The rest of them don't have a unique name. I'm not going to write a bounty for the Teddy boss. I will hit apply though, just in case. I would hate to hit cancel after all that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK and then save. I realize how long I went without actually writing any of that. Mistakes were made. That could have been problematic, to say the least. I don't want to write all that dialogue just for the boss. That's like multiple paragraphs for every boss. I realize a lot of her dialogue actually makes her seem more sinister. May have to change that. Okay, so we got the rewards. I got a message for Painting World, but the thing is Painting World got replaced by having an actual like combat area. So I don't know how necessary it is to have other dialogue for it. Huh. Hmm. What do I have written for it anyway? I mean, now that I'm just going to write all the dialogue on thing there, you know, if you're watching the stream, it's just going to be spoiler after spoiler, but it always was. This isn't going to be Five Nights at Freddy's, and if it ever is, I'll delete all the streams just so that there's no way the information gets out. But I don't think that's going to happen. I almost wish I'd just stolen the mechanics of art and put it into this. I find I have to explain art's mechanics. People don't understand them. Oh. Before I end the rest of it, I'm going to take a quick break. Quick bio break. Shall return. I'm back. Now, Let's see. I need to. What's this one? This one just doesn't have any of the extra stuff, right? It just this one's for map 3. I can differentiate them a little better. And this one was just, I think, a backup. Seems like it. This character is so complicated. Really, there's just a lot on our plate though, so it's not surprising. Chat dialogues. Oh boy. Which one is this? 146. What did I put for this? I can just do game map ID, right? Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. For now, I'll just do that. I want to talk to her and see if it works. And then I'll write all the stuff for it, but I did write a bunch of dialogue that's probably more well thought out than what I'm writing right here. Does not work. What is the 226? Would read home. Okay. I was gonna have to do this anyway, so might as well do it now. I need to write a system so that she said different things in front of every painting anyway, so this is going to be quite the challenge here. But necessary. Also need to check I'm going to use the same system for the stuff in story map. Huh. See what's going on here that's so weird. Something ain't right. Oh, wait, combat is on. Of course it's not gonna work. Oh, I removed both of them. Doesn't really matter. I don't need the console log knowing this. I just need this. that should never matter. Right? Thinking about it? I don't know why I have it a combat on. I don't know why I wrote this system and then just never finished it. Weird. Seems like there's a lot of things I did that with. Just wrote it and didn't bother. That works. Granted, the dialogue's all wrong, but it works. So that's something. First of all, this isn't even a dialogue I plan on keeping, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Maybe I just keep the dialogue even though it wasn't intended for this particular one there, but I mean, I guess it's fine. Unintended, but fine. Probably am getting cut, honestly. She's a character that appears in more than one game that I was working on. Some characters are just cool like that. Mostly there's two characters that appear in both games. Because they're all happening in the same city, so... there will in fact be crossovers. Even if they're not really super important to one particular story or another. Well, she's pretty relevant in this story. We'll see how relevant she is in the other story. So what's the code for that? And the code for these pictures? Hopefully I just pushed it into the same common event, so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, Tinka's painting dialogues. Which number is that? 249. I'm gonna put these next to each other. I don't know if I like them super far apart. Having to scroll back and forth between them is kind of annoying. I think I need to write that in there though. That's the whole code for this. Where does she talk in this? What does this even mean? Okay, the first line. Wait, why is it doing this? She doesn't need this, right? She's just doing it an extra time for no reason. It's the same code. Why did I put that there? Yeah, copy paste it without paying attention. She still works, right? That's not necessary. We'll find out. We will definitely find out. Picture one. Oh yeah, I put her picture thing behind the actual thing, so now it looks like it's inside of the picture. I want a chat box to be that way with it. The problem is the chats are added to up above things. I would have to make her special chat boxes, and I'm not doing that right now. Not for this version. For a later version, I probably will though. Well, the other thing I could simply do is on these, I could just have it, a bunch of ifs and then just have her talk in it, which might be better than doing the other thing. That might actually just be better, right? How do I want this to play out? And more importantly, do I care about an intro story yet? I guess I can put it all in there. It can take a lot of eventing to make that happen. So it feels like I should have something in there. You did kind of push it into a city. Originally I was thinking of having it in the attic of Mirand's house, but I think I've decided it should not be there. It wouldn't make sense. So I do think I want these, but it's going to be done differently here, so why don't I just work it off of game map? So the system seems almost stupid. How much am I going to write for her to talk about? I mean, it seems like it's pretty necessary for the first area. I guess I just do it. So I'm going to do an initial if here. We're going to do, let's go ahead and copy paste this idea. I don't want to write a bunch of conditionals for if it's the first thing that I'm going to do it. Just game map is equal to 3. So the other option is I could use this, and then that means that based entirely upon what I call the area, that will dictate which one it is instead of the map. That would be useful for if I wanted to chat in the dungeon areas. For now, we'll just do it for these ones here, and then we'll work on the others in a second. I guess I'm just doing the full story. Why not? I no longer need this if here, don't I? So I can just do if game map is equal to 15 for the other one. This makes more sense anyway. Normally I don't like to hard code for maps, but the thing is that all the story maps are actually a specific map. It's just the combat areas that aren't a specific map. Technically, I could recycle the same story map over and over too, and then just spawn things in, but that's going to take a lot of work. I do not wish to do that. It's easier just to place them and go. The things I do for memory management. Things I do. I made a listing of how many paintings were available. But they're based entirely upon the event number there. So this will actually be case 3. Or wait a minute. What's this? 5 and 5? That's not how it works. Why does it seem like this song plays a lot? Maybe I just don't like this song. Maybe it's just I've been listening that long and it just keeps eventually getting back to it. Possibly. Alright, so on this map here, is there a 5? There's a giant mirror, but she wouldn't talk on that. This just doesn't exist. It's just not a thing on here. There's no 5. Well, that removes part of the confusion. This way, if you chat with her, she'll talk about the various stuff you have to deal with. Maybe if I want Papa to be a silent protagonist or not. I think I should actually give her a personality. But she'd be pretty much caught up in the curse, so she'd be forgetting a lot of who she was and just dragged by the curse a lot, so she'd be kind of crazy sounding. So true. So true indeed. I take a break in 15 minutes and get food, and then just start another stream later or something. It'd be reasonable. Okay, so the first picture is of what? It'd be the entrance, right? I'll think about that one. Just pretty much just lore in action here. We're just tossing it in there, making it up as we go. Well, Google Docs says it's good enough. In my mind, Google Docs gets a B in general, and it's whenever I use it for tests, so good enough. I would take a B. Gonna save before I write more. Oh, can't spell. Any beals. More ominous if you just say they're hungry and you're like, well, what are they hungry for? The flesh of other dolls. Duh. Let's test this system out and see if it works. I don't think I'll be streaming at this time again on a Sunday. No. Oh, I see. I'll go skip on that. It's definitely the least glamorous portion of game dev. But then again, game dev is kind of not a very glamorous thing. Right? Smart chat is very good. She's like the smartest event I have. Well, my chat system works. I just need to write more dialogue for everyone. It's pretty much the plan. Just write lots of dialogue. What I think I'll do is I'll probably just go get some food and then come back and do another stream later tonight, honestly. Like, there's no lights over here at the moment, so... But yeah. check back a little later tonight. I'll probably be in a few hours or something. I don't know. Eh, whatever works. You know, it was a day I don't normally stream anyway, so I kind of surprised people. So anyway, I will catch everyone likely later tonight. If you're watching this in the future, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night, evening, morning, or whatever. It's Imaginary Villain.